And I caught a new site that I wasn't aware of over on LinkedIn, and the article was about a pretty heavy-hitting analyst on the hedge fund side who kind of went out on his own and decided to open up some of the tools that hedge funds use in terms of their equity analysis and open them up to the masses. So I'm always, keyed up on that, given that, a lot of my focus is on the retail investor and how they can kind of get an edge in the market. So here you go. You come over to Sentieo, find your edge. And this immediately caught my attention because I kind of know what's going on right from the first start here. We're all looking at, technical analysis and fundamental analysis for stocks to kind of screen them. Given the use of social media in the marketplace, what you're going to start seeing is examples like this where people are going to start tracking not only the stock, but the mention of the word in conjunction with the stock. So in this example here, they're looking at Apple, iPhone, and then the trend of that word over time as it relates to the stock price. Very similar to Google Trends, but this thing is like Google Trends on steroids. They have a document search that's baked into the platform, so you can scroll through, all the new news, SEC docs or whatever for particular words. Collaborate with, members on your team. And this collaboration tool, I think, is really a big focus for them. So you can see a lot of these equity firms and mom and pop trade shops, whether it's just a team of people kind of getting together, sharing notes on companies, copying those notes, having them in a centralized area, as you do your research makes a lot of sense. This visualization engine is just like a candy store for me in terms of, looking at trends in very, very different ways. Here they have an alpha ratio chart, which is kind of cool. And then I think their data terminal is quite robust. Kind of like your dashboard for starting off the day and really digging into the research. They got the great data that kind of comes into that. This is the stuff that I'm interested in: Alexa and App Store and Google Play and how that's in there. So let me show you what this looks like. I did manage to pick up a free trial, so I'm going to enter in my info here and just kind of take it for a whirl. I'm always out there interested in exploring new systems. This one's on a free trial, so I know that it's short-lived as far as how much time I have to be in here, so I thought I'd just do a video. But here's that equity terminal I was talking about. Huge, right? I mean, you've got your historicals, your valuation models right there. You don't have to go to a secondary site to find that. Your trading multiples, your ratings, the data, all your Twitter feed off of people who are quote-unquote influencers, what they're saying about this. You got Benziga in there, Spencer, Hedgeye, very familiar names for people that trade a lot. Your comparables, come right up, which is pretty cool. Here's what I was interested in. Let me show you this. This is where it gets kind of really, really interesting. The document search aspect of it. So let's enter in Apple again, just keeping it simple. Let's look at the Apple Watch, given that's relatively new. I never knew that people were actually analyzing this type of qualitative information as much as they are, given that now we have a whole system about this. So here you go. Here's the stock price. Here's the mention of the word watch. You can almost draw a little chart off of that trend line, right? And they're tracking it by the second. Who's talking about watch, where, when, why, what? In this case here, we have all the filings that are in here. Your data source for what you're looking at, can come in with a lot of different sources. I'm going to clear this here because you can read the 10Ks, the Form 4s or whatnot. I'm concerned about the news right here. Come down in news and just apply that. Given that this is a demo system, they're probably not going to open it up too far for me. But you can see here, every time there's a news piece, wherever it is, they're tracking that word watch. So maybe you have like this really weird company and you wanted to track a new product that they had. Signing up for this would allow you to track not just the underlying equity, but what's the buzz like for the product that this company has, or the product or service. I find that very, very interesting. And they've got a whole bunch of other things here as well. This news stream was scary, and I say scary just because I have a watch list that's coming on here, and actually pumped in a few stocks that I take a look at. So anytime somebody tweets about it, any article, any company document live, you're just sitting back, and it's updating in real time. So could you imagine if like a group of people got together in a room, 100 people, had random accounts and just started tweeting about some stupid stock? It's like the old pump and dump things. Instead of people calling investors up from a room like in the Wolf of Wall Street, You could have an organized group that's, saying things on Twitter just for the sake of saying them, and then you've got hedge funds kind of following that to see if the stock's going to react to it. Whole bunch of cloak and daggers going out here, and everything obviously is being monitored. The system has a lot of other features. This plotter, I've just started to kind of take a look at this, but let's go Apple again, and bring that up. And this is not just sorry, I actually went here. Let's load in keyword mentions. No, I don't do Alexa page views. This one's funny. So here's the URL for, let's see, www.apple.com. And you add this time series. And is this the stock? Is this something related to the fundamental aspect of Apple? No. These are the people hitting the site. This is what they're looking at. They're actually looking at the number of people who are going onto apple.com, and is that increasing or decreasing over time? And they have all sorts of things that you can look on, even Google Trends. Let's try the Google Trends worldwide. The query for the Apple Watch. Let's do this. I think it's bigger. Apple Watch. Let's add this series. It's going to overlay it on here. I really don't necessarily want to do that. Insufficient data to do that. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. You can also use this for just simple things like PE ratios off of the tickers. And this might get into more of a comparable analysis, for that. I'm kind of flying around here. I'm not totally familiar with it yet, but you get the idea. So that's really cool. A new site, again, it's Sentieo.com, and see if you can get a trial in there, maybe get some use out of this.